What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Next Level YouTube channel. As a mountain rider, getting unstuck or getting stuck is part of the deal, right? In fact, you're not riding hard enough if you're not getting stuck. So today, we're gonna go over some techniques on how to get us unstuck. Let's get into it. All right, so we get stuck like this all the time, right? We didn't give it enough momentum. We came up the hill, we got stuck. I'm gonna talk about this while Dylan, because he got the sled stuck, while he gets it unstuck. Really what helps us right here is, even though I'm planted, all right, I'm not going up, that's obvious. I'm gonna get the sled rolled. We wanna use some throttle right here, and what we're doing is we're freeing all of that snow inside and around the track, getting this sled tipped as much of an angle as it can. So go ahead. Perfect. So right there, you guys, he has freed the track, right? So this is really what was hanging us up, as we were just locked in. What happens, right, is when we get stuck, we just get high centered on our running boards. And so the running boards are now free, sled is ready to roll. You can see where the skis are. He's gonna go up top. That's where we've got a lot of leverage. Now remember, when you're by yourself, steep hill, you can be very careful that we don't let this go. All too many times I see people when they just push a sled downhill. We don't need to do that, especially if we don't have, we've got a drainage, we've got something below us. Let's control this as we roll it over. Go for it. So the technique there, he's pushing with that upper hand. Watch this when he gets to the ski here. When this sled is right here, here's the move. We're gonna try to get this sled counter steered. So as he tips that thing back over, our skis are not locked into the hillside. He's gonna turn those skis away from the hill. That way, as he stands that sled back up again, he can now clear out that throttle, put his tether back on, and away he goes. Oh, that's a good one. Here's another example, and this one's super common. Guys and gals, they're coming across a side hill. They put a little too much, either a little too much momentum, maybe you hit a bump under the snow, and you get caught where you've counter steered, you've laid your body into the hillside, and the butt end of the snowmobile has gone down the hill, and we're stuck. We're right here. So in a lot of situations, a guy will get on the sled and continue to try to go up. And all this is gonna do is continue to make that sled continue up the fall line, and we're just trenching that track, getting ourselves in an even worse situation. So a great technique, I'm by myself, I'm on a steep hill, I don't want that sled to roll down. We're gonna work with the front. So go ahead and go around the front. And he's by himself, I'm not helping him. You guys watch what he does here. We're gonna take that inside ski, he's controlling it with his shoulder, and I'm literally just changing the direction of the snowmobile. Instead of it being up, I'm actually just guiding it down. And what's happening is that because I've trenched down the sled where the track is, you notice it's holding it in that counter-steered spot. So from right where he is there, again, come back up, clear out his throttle, grab his tether, and he's not lost his side hill. He can continue to go. But like I said, more often than not, people will continue to try to go up, making a problem into a really, really bad problem when all they need to do is redirect the sled. Nice job, buddy. Get out of here. Next, we're going to talk about situations where people think they're stuck and they're really not. There are a lot of these times, these situations where we can just position the sled just right, and using momentum and actually pushing off the mountain, we can get our sleds free. Let's check it out. Perfect. All that's happened, right, is he's counter steered into the hillside. Well, he's gone so far into the hillside, he's lost all his traction with his track. If we can remember that our track is what gives us momentum, right? If we don't have any more snow for that track to be in, we're gonna just sit and spin. So in this spot right here, we could either steep enough slope, do what we just talked about, where we could drag that ski downhill and realign the sled, or you're gonna watch what he's gonna do here. Foot on the running board, he's gonna prop this leg up against the hillside, and I'm gonna tip that sled away from the hill so that that track can reconnect with the snow. I'm gonna push with that foot that's on the hill. As it pushes, we'll feel that sled start to move forward. As soon as it does, a lot of momentum, reactivate counter steer, and away I go. All right, so we've all been in this one before, and this one's tough. This is when getting stuck is at its hardest, right? We can get out of this thing. A lot of times we can just pin and wiggle, so we can get in the neutral position, kind of get your feet back, body forward. We gotta get aggressive. We gotta get aggressive with our body, moving that sled back and forth. Again, we are just high centered on the running boards. As I move that sled back and forth, I'm dropping snow down underneath there, hopefully grabbing onto that track, and away we go. If we can't get out like that, a lot of times this one takes two people. You got one guy back here operating the controls, somebody else up front grabbing onto a ski loop. We're gonna use this ghost ride technique. So go ahead and undo your tether. I'm gonna be on his brake side, and we're gonna work together with this one. He is not gonna be on the sled. I'm gonna need the driver to pack a spot to where he can get a good push off, just like back in football practice, pushing against those sleds. We need him to push against this one. I'm gonna be pulling. This time he's gonna give it gas, but we're gonna let go of the sled, let it pop out of the hole. The reason I'm on the brake side is if that thing wants to crawl back into the hole, I can reach up there and grab the brake. Let's do it. On your count.
3.
Yeah.
That easy.
So we get it from there, again, back onto the tether, away we go. Damn it! Kind of the last one in terms of a technique, guys. And getting unstuck, I mean, it's, like I told you, it's part of it. Some of them are a lot harder than others, especially if you're by yourself. Dylan,
Yeah.
nice work of getting this thing stuck straight up and down.
Yeah.
So getting stuck straight up and down, and the thing is trenched in where we don't really have a fall line. We're not really getting it up to where we can go left or right just yet. Sometimes we're gonna pick that sled up, straight up, then tilt it on its side, roll it over, put the skis away from the hillside, clear out that throttle, and away you go. Let's do it. You're trying to get your footing. A lot of times I'll get down in there so that I can use my legs. Right now the sled is so steep, so up into the hill like this, you and I are gonna be able to work together. We're gonna pick this sled up. You tell me.
3, 2, 1.
All right. So it is naturally, as we bring it up, it's just kind of wanting to fall that way. So we're gonna let it do that. Let's keep going. Keep going. 1. A little bit more. Okay. Yep. All right, and then right here, if you've got your tether handy, let's go ahead and pull that. I'm gonna stay free of your track, but we're gonna go ahead and free what's been binding us right now. There it is. Awesome. Okay. Put that tether back on. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna roll over, and remember, we're gonna keep those skis. That's what we're gonna hang on to. That's our leverage. 1, 2, 3. Sitting down into the hill. All right. Come over here, clear that tether, pick that sled up, put your foot on it, and away you go. All right, that about wraps up how to get unstuck. Obviously, guys, there is a ton of different ways to get unstuck. Leave those questions and comments. We want to hear from you guys. I'll guarantee you this one's going to get a lot. We want to know how you guys get unstuck, and I am sure that there's a bunch of them. We've left out a ton. You get wrapped around a tree, you need a saw, you need more than just one friend, something like that. But there is techniques to doing it. You guys remember that anytime you roll over a snowmobile, anytime, having that tether pulled, that we do not want that sled as it rolls over to be running. We've seen way too many of those things go completely sideways. So turn those sleds off before you're gonna do any kind of rollover. Once you've done that, clean that throttle out each and every time. And let's remember, getting stuck is just part of it, right? If you're not getting stuck, you're not riding hard enough. So don't continue to ride with this fear that, man, I'm always gonna be that guy getting stuck. Go out there, learn to ride, get stuck, and learn from it. Hopefully these techniques help you guys. Thanks for those subscriptions, and we'll see you next time.